How many dead from USAID cuts?
Well, now you suddenly care about projections?
Excuse me? I don't even know.
You're going off of a projected number. You're going off of a projected number, no?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay, but when people were talking about the projected loss of life in Gaza, you were scoffing.
I don't care about dead people in Gaza. You are a disgusting piece of shit, is what you are.
Hold on, brother.
You are a disgusting, dishonest piece of shit. To say that I don't care about dead people in Gaza, go f yourself.
What I just said?
Go f yourself. You're disgusting, is what you are. Okay, let's get into it. Buddy, I see you've been tweeting about me recently.
Oh, I talk my shit. I talk my shit.
You said recently that you feel bad for me and that like by debating me, it would be punching down. What do you mean by that?
You were on a really wild tear on Friday, no?
Which tear?
You don't, towards the end of the thing that I screenshotted that got your attention in the first place.
I don't even
put up the,
I don't even remember.
I mean, that kind of speaks to it, don't you think? The Twitter video towards the end, what's the, Sarah McBride? What's her name?
Rep Sarah McBride, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you couldn't make it through the video. You kept resetting it several times, and in the course of which you were talking on and on about how you would donate to Liz Cheney, and you missed the point of her video altogether with what she was trying to say.
No, it sounds like you did. No. It sounds like you did, by the way.
Enlighten me.
Because the point of her video was that the way the Democrats are going to win is through coalition building, but it cuts both ways.
Okay.
You understand?
You understand that she was specifically talking about how there was a need to remember that there were left-leaning people in the party that we need to remember that and make sure we still make space for them as well. And the first thing
I agreed.
Your face was guys, you know moderate Republicans too.
And I agreed. You understand that? Like my principled position on coalition building is that it necessarily cuts both ways. And so when I see Democrats that are sort of hedging against Mamdani right now, I think that's a problem. And similarly, when I hear rhetoric from leftists, fringe leftists is what we decided. When I hear rhetoric from them saying that they want to push people out of the party because they're more moderate than them, that's also bad. You understand that that's like a principled position that I have?
I feel like it's a little, I feel like the way that you present that is a bit more vague than it actually is, but sure.
Enlighten me.
Because you use a lot of things that at surface level sound great, that we should be
thank you
and everything. When you get into it, there's certain things that you just leave out, like you never mentioned. Like, what does it mean to form a coalition, essentially, right?
What do you think? What do you think it means?
I'm trying to get to the point where I elaborate the question a little bit better.
Okay.
So in essence, right, you keep directly sort of saying that you want to form a coalition with this person and this person, etc., which is weird. It just comes across as like a desire to do like networking or collabing in that regard.
What?
When you talk,
are you talking?
Come on. When you have people on speed dial, like what was that conservative dude that Pisco used to argue with all the time and that you would cut videos with as well?
Rob Noor?
Rob Noor. Like when you guys have people like that in your Rolodex, right? It's so that you can make videos where you argue with each other and then you both cut a video on it and you both like it. It's what you do for a living. It's not necessarily because you're trying to accomplish some sort of political goal, or the same thing with Connor points or whatever. It's not necessarily because you guys are trying to further a political goal per se. It's also because you're trying to further your own like networking brand. Look how I dominated this conservative in the marketplace of ideas, and then they end up saying the exact same thing.
You think I'm clout sharking Rob Noor?
No, not clout sharking.
What do you mean by networking?
That is more performative than anything else. Clout sharking would be going after a bigger figure and trying to either rub elbows with or show that you can win in an argument or whatever for sake of like, look who I just dominated. Mm-hmm. I'm saying you guys keep a Rolodex of people that are probably never going to align with you ideologically or never help actually try to advance your particular agenda. But in turn, the fact that you have someone with a decent enough following to make videos about is going to be something that helps you in the long run just as much as them. It's mutually beneficial, but it helps nobody at the end of the day.
You know, I feel like I'm punching down right now. Like you're not on my level.
Okay.
Straight up. Do you understand that? Because I could say that
platform
because no, intellectually, because everything that you just said, I can apply to this conversation. You know, you're not going to change my mind. So why are you having a conversation with me? It's fucking stupid. Do you understand this?
So the notion that I have to necessarily change your mind applies in the exact same way as people with mutually sized audiences that you keep around for the purposes of just cutting videos.
You said one of the problems with me having conversations with Rob Knorr was that I was never going to change his mind.
No, not
that's what you said.
That you keep him on a Rolodex, that you keep this network of people just for the purposes of making content, and that you know ultimately it never goes anywhere.
Content is a big part of what I do. You understand that? Like I'm a content creator.
That's what you do for a living. That's what I said.
So what's the problem with that?
Oh God, that is more performative than anything else. That's the way it comes across.
All of this is performative. What do you think this is? It's a fucking live stream.
Yeah. When you keep doing the same things over and over again with certain people, that it just turns to where it's like, okay, we've squeezed the juice out of this to the fullest extent that we possibly could, and then ultimately it's not really going to end up going anywhere.
So this is not.
You still do it over and over again.
So this conversation that we're having right now is not performative?
Not really.
It's not? What do you mean? You're not going to change my mind?
No, this is purely catharsis.
Oh, so you're just chasing catharsis?
Yeah. Being able to basically tell someone to their face that they're wrong for and for no real like self-enrichment. I'm not going to get anything out of this.
No real self-enrichment. What do you mean? You're live streaming right now. You're going to try to get your little like Twitter videos that get like 15 likes with you shouting into the void. You don't think it serves your own like ego purposes yourself?
You think I cut content?
You're doing all this altruistically?
You think I'm making videos for like you think I've been cut? Like I've done one TikTok and it was to shit on Dan Saltman and it went nowhere. And ever since then, I haven't touched a damn thing about it. I don't make videos of myself.
Why do you post videos online?
There's a lot of the formulaic things that I don't do that one should do if they're trying to grow their brand. This is just a hobby for me.
Okay, let's talk about AOC. Why don't we do that?
Well, why don't we finish the? I mean, this
conversation is so boring. It's so stupid that it's so boring. Your argument is so stupid that it's so boring. We haven't even
started having the argument.
I don't care about it. This is nonsense. Everything you've said so far is ridiculous.
You trying to make you taking someone's like relatively bold thing where they've been saying, hey, we've been spending a lot of time trying to figure out how to bring in conservatives, and we have to remember leftists too. And then you got a clapback from your audience when they said, come on, man, right after your first thought was to, hey, there's conservative Republicans we need to think about.
I agreed with her.
You spent
what is your point?
I'm trying to push back on that particular thing.
Because in my Twitch audience,
remember leftists.
Okay.
You used her. Remember leftist people in the conversation. You use that as a fulcrum to open. You put your foundational thing as, hey, there's Republicans, guys. Your own audience push back on it.
My own audience. I have like a set number of leftist hate watchers that push back against the things that I say in Twitch, and I engage with them. But I agreed with her point. Her point applies in both directions. I am fully No, what are you talking about? I have always been consistent in this respect. Coalition building is like my entire priority right now. That's all I'm thinking about. And it does go both ways. So as soon as we saw Democrats hedging against Mamdani, I spoke up right away and I said, blue no matter who means like Mamdani. And
except for the fact that you've also for a while now, you've been diving through any piece of content you can find about him to try to find ways to still pick it apart. You're still
You have no idea what you're talking about, bro. You can ask anyone. No, you don't. You can ask anyone in my chat. I looked into his platform and I said right away, like, I agree with like 90% of this. There's a few policies that I don't like. And then at every step of the way, he's been impressing me because he's doing coalition building, bro. He's in DC trying to get the Jeffries endorsement, man. He's trying to build his tent, which already puts him in a totally different category than all the other loser leftist progressive candidates who don't even try to coalition build.
Okay, so there's a couple of very important things about that. The first one is we don't know what the result of that is going to end up being. We don't know what he's going to willingly water down, and what the people that got him through the primary are going, how they're going to respond to that in what he's willing to give up.
He's
So
going
that's
to
gonna be
the.
something that only time will tell.
He's
How
going
positive or negative that's going to end up being.
He's going to the general, bro. Like, what do you think a primary candidate's job is once they win the nomination? They're all going to tell you the same thing. They want to grow their tent and build a coalition because most candidates can't win with just their base. This is the part of politics that you guys completely miss. You don't understand it at all.
So again, right, if he goes and he ends up doing a lot of the shit that would make like Hakeem Jeffries and shit like that happy, content, so that they finally endorse him, which I thought it was vote blue no matter who, but that's beside the point. If he turns around and waters down a lot of his policy proposals, his rhetoric, everything across the board, do you not think that there's a possibility there that he ends up alienating the energy that got him across the finish line in the primaries in the first place?
If he loses voters because he moderates his rhetoric in a general election, those voters are too stupid to be saved.
Oh, okay.
Truly.
Okay.
Truly. They're too dumb to be saved. These people are not serious. These people are not serious people.
They're that message, and then he deters the people that put energy into him because he was his message of trying to make their lives better and talk about the affordability of things.
Do you think he's going to give up on city-run bodegas because he had a conversation with Jeffries?
Time will tell what the outcome of this coalition.
No, but the very concept alone offends you. The very concept of him shifting his rhetoric offends you.
You're reaching.
I'm not. I am not. Okay, how do you feel about
only time will tell?
All right, well, how do you feel about him saying that globalized intifada is bad?
I didn't hear the exact quote.
He said it was bad. He said it was harmful. He said it was a harmful phrase.
Harmful.
Yes, how do you feel? How do you feel about that?
I don't give a shit one way or the other.
Yes, you do. Stop. You think that's
yes? No, I genuinely
stop. You're now. This is performative, okay? Because I know that bugs you. I would
have a Bernie cutout behind me that I've never gotten rid of. Like, if you want to start talking about people that have disappointing elements of an overall message, you're talking to the wrong guy.
Okay, how did Bernie offend you? How did Bernie offend you?
Huh?
How did Bernie offend you?
I didn't say offend. You keep reaching for offense.
How did he disappoint you? How did he disappoint you?
I think there's elements where after this much time has passed, and if you're still clinging to rhetoric about right to defend itself and things of that nature, I think is missing the point.
What Bernie said was that after October 7th, he said this on Rogan, I saw the clip. He said after October 7th, Israel obviously had every right to retaliate against a barbaric act of terrorism that amounted to war crimes. And then he went on to say, but what they've done since that time has been too far, and he wants arms embargo, and he wants the violence to stop.
Yeah.
He even called it a genocide. He wants the genocide to stop. That is like the only rational position to have. Do you disagree that like
better than most of Congress? What do you mean?
What was bad about what he said about that?
By virtue of the fact that you're still saying like right to that's not even a retaliation if you're starting off bombing civilians in the first place.
What are you talking about?
Retaliating by bombing civilians is like something that we should be encouraging our like democratic allies in the Middle East to do.
They bombed Gaza after October 7th, but they weren't like randomly targeting civilian buildings.
Yes, they were.
Okay, well, whatever.
Okay, but yeah, here's the point. Right? I could send you links. I could send you articles. We could get lost in the sauce on this for days. And then as long as you're never willing to apply any sort of criticality to
Let's talk about AOC. Let's talk about AOC. I don't care about the Israel stuff.
Why are you changing the topic?
Because I don't care. We've already had this conversation. I don't care. No, I don't. I only have 20 minutes. Let's talk about AOC. Okay. That's topical. It's relevant.
It's topical. It's relevant. Well, we're still talking about Mamdani and Bernie.
This is all adjacent. This is all related. You understand? We're diving into this.
I still want to ask you what I get out of building a coalition with you. What are you willing to give up?
I don't want you in my coalition. I don't want you in my coalition. You understand that? Why not? Because you're toxic.
This is me coming to the table.
My answer is a firm no. I don't want you in my coalition.
You have my solemn attention right now. I'm letting you set terms. I want to know from you. Okay.
I don't care about terms.
What does any other leftist out there, what do they have to gain from coalition building with Hutch? And what is Hutch willing to give up as part of building that coalition?
Well, if you ask Ogreboy, who just came out as a socialist, he would tell you that you should vote for a Democrat because the Republican, whenever they win, it leads to worse outcomes. That's what he would say. And he's correct.
No. I'm asking you. What are you willing to get on board with, change about your asks and demands and things of that nature? And then what would you expect me to give up?
What am I demanding, first of all? What demands have I ever made?
I'm asking the question.
I don't care about demands. I want to get away from demands. That's my point.
So you expect nothing from me and I shouldn't expect anything from you?
I don't want anything from you. Do you understand that? I don't want you in the coalition. I think you're bad for the coalition.
A lefty. You're trying to de-radicalize leftists by coalition building, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So in that coalition,
yes,
there's supposed to be some element, some tiny element of like, hey, I will lend support for this. I will start doing this. And in turn, I would like it if you would do that.
I already told you what I would do. I am willing to support any Democratic candidate who becomes the nominee. I'm willing to throw my support, whatever that means with my modest platform. I will endorse a socialist over a fascist every time. Would you endorse a liberal over a fascist every time?
I was telling people to vote for Kamala prior to the election.
No. But moving forward, I'm saying, like, just as a rule of thumb, are you down with blue no matter who?
I was telling people prior to this last election that they should vote
That's
for Kamala.
not my question. Are you down with blue no matter who?
Not if it's like a Bloomberg.
Okay, so that's why I don't want you in this coalition, because you're worthless. Because you're worthless to this coalition. You're not. This isn't reciprocal. You understand? What are you contributing to my coalition? Nothing. You're on. You have a partisan ideological agenda. That's it.
So if somebody runs, if a Republican turns around tomorrow, says they're a Democrat and that they want to run as a Democrat with no change whatsoever in their policies, their outlook, how they treat vulnerable minority groups, how they treat LGBTQ, they change nothing. They just say, I'm a Democrat. I'm supposed to get on board?
Yes.
Don't you think that's that's a bit much, don't you think?
No, I don't. You want me to explain?
So it's purely team sports.
You want me to explain?
Sure.
If that Republican is the difference between Democrats and Republicans, or Democrats having the majority or not, I'm going to support that candidate because I want the majority. You understand?
Okay, but what if it's a Democrat that is ultimately trying to turn around and do grand bargains left and right to sell away social safety net shit in order to secure Republican votes?
If that Democrat who was
a win?
If that Democrat who was very recently a Republican advances through the primary process and that state or district's voters choose them and they're the only Democrat running on that ticket and they're the only way to stop Republicans from potentially getting majority in Congress, I'm going to support that candidate.
What
in that hypothetical situation?
Enable Republicans the way that the ogre.
Then I would be disappointed, but your insane hypothetical is so far removed.
He's doing it now.
Who? What are you talking about? Give me one person who fetts this description.
Wears shorts all the time. I can't believe I'm blanking.
Fetterman was not a registered. No, he was not a registered Republican. That Fetterman, by the way, is your fault. For the record, that was the progressives that were heavily pushing this guy. That's on you. We could have had Connor Lamb. And you guys wanted him to be the guy, okay? So now he's the guy. That's your problem, bro. That's your problem, bro.
Working class people.
Okay.
That's my problem.
Should we kick John Fetterman out of the party?
Based on the way he's been, he should be primaried into oblivion, yes.
Would you sacrifice the congressional majority to kick him out of the party?
You have to start somewhere, no?
Would you? Yes or no? Would you sacrifice a majority?
So
why don't you answer that question? Yes, you would.
Yes.
Okay, yes. That's why I don't want you in my coalition. I want to do my entire project in 2025 is about I want to humiliate you guys as much as possible to demonstrate how absurd your worldview is. That's my project.
And you oh my God. At every turn, there's this element where when someone asks you how to build the right thing in the other direction away from what the Republicans have done, you talk about how it's a 50-year project or it's going to be something in 2085 we can finally do it if we start today. Meanwhile, the steps that would be required in starting today and at least defining the Democratic Party and what it stands for and what it should mean and what the cost should be to be a Democrat, anytime somebody mentions taking more aggressive steps towards that, you're like, oh, whoa, bro, what the bro? You're going to take risks? What
Okay.
Like, you're so fucking spineless.
Okay, steelman my argument then. What is the cost of your strategy if it leads to a Republican majority in Congress? I want you to steelman my argument and tell me what the cost is.
We have a Republican majority now from listening to Kamala not wanting to veer away from Biden's platform.
And what are we seeing?
Bad shit.
Okay, what bad shit?
Authoritarianism, massive cuts to social spending, the ICE becoming like the largest military police force in public record or in modern history. Like, yeah, and that was from doing how many dead from
USAID cuts?
Well, now you suddenly care about projections.
Excuse me, I don't even know.
You're going off of a projected number. You're going off of a projected number, no?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay, but when people were talking about the projected loss of life in Gaza, you were scoffing.
I don't care about dead people in Gaza. You are a disgusting piece of shit, is what you are.
Hold on, brother.
You are a disgusting, dishonest piece of shit. To say that I don't care about dead people in Gaza, go f yourself.
What I just said?
Go f yourself. You're disgusting, is what you are. Yes, you did.
Now you care about projection.
You said I didn't care about projected deaths in Gaza. That's what you said.
Did you not scoff when the Lancet thing came out?
You guys casually accuse people of like wanting Palestinian people to suffer. It's disgusting. It is disgusting what you guys do.
It's your willingness to ignore statistics when it's not helpful for you.
I have never. What are you even talking about? What did I ignore in Gaza? What are you talking about?
The Lancet study that said almost close to like 180 to 300,000 dead by X amount of time.
I saw that study. The broad consensus is that broad consensus about hold on. The broad consensus about this particular Lancet thing is that these numbers are wildly inflated. Nobody seriously disputes, no serious person disputes that the official death count is higher than what the Gaza Health Ministry is putting out there. Most people land between like 75K and like 110K. And I've never ignored these things. So I have no idea what you mean where you're like, oh, now you want to care about projections. But let's go back to what we were talking about. The USAID cuts, that's a relevant thing to talk about if we're talking about the cost of giving Republicans control of government, right? And what was that number?
I believe you keep quoting 14 million.
I keep quoting it, or have you seen the same quote?
I'm sure it's out there somewhere. I've probably come across it, yes.
You have, stop. So all of these things, you think that those are like... You think those are acceptable costs for like kicking kicking Fetterman out of the party?
What?
Don't.
It doesn't have to be such a binary. When are we supposed to start?
What do you mean? It doesn't have to be a binary. What do you mean by that?
It's at a certain point, it has to be more about the decisions of the party, like the defense of the party versus holding the party accountable.
If the Democrats win control of Congress and get the presidency, you can reasonably expect like a certain set of like outcomes over here, right? And then if the Republicans win control of the Congress and the presidency, we can reasonably expect another set of like horrible outcomes that we just unpacked a moment ago. It is a binary choice. There is no third party that can take control of government. It's one or the other.
When the Democrats go up and shit the bed, when they have a general attitude that we're going to do this with or without you, so you better get in line, and then they fall on their face, you don't think some measure of culpability should be put on the Democrats themselves?
None of that matters in the context of this conversation.
It matters.
No, it doesn't. We're talking. I just asked you a straightforward question. You're dodging it. Are all the negative externalities of the second Trump term, do you think that that is a acceptable cost to your strategy? Yes or no?
So if Fetterman gets primaried, this results in Trump.
Stop weaseling out of this question.
To ask you how this connects.
No, just answer the question. Everything that we're seeing from Trump right now, all of it, is that an acceptable cost to you?
Answer. I'm trying to get you to rephrase.
I don't know how I could be any more particular.
Gets primaried, and then he loses. A Republican gets into that spot, and then in turn, the majority goes towards Trump. And then Trump does all the things he's already going to do.
Yes.
Is that worth it?
Yes, that's the question.
That's so implausible. Like we're in fantasy.
That's implausible. What do you mean that's
happened because of the campaign that Kamala ran?
No. You're saying that it's implausible. I don't know. I don't even know. I have no idea how you would think that was implausible when the last Congress under Joe Biden during his first term was a 50-50 Senate. So we know that the margins are so close that one seat could make the difference. Why would you say it's implausible?
Because they already have the majority.
Do you understand what a hypothetical is?
What Kamala said.
Do you understand what a hypothetical thought experiment is and like the purpose of it? Do you understand that? You want your strategy to be like bully people out of the party because they're not ideologically aligned with you or whatever, or because they support Israel or whatever.
No,
fine.
No,
you want that, but
I just want there to be a definition for what it means to be a Democrat, and right now that doesn't exist.
Is the cost worth it to you? Is it an acceptable cost? Yes or no?
We're already seeing the cost.
Stop dodging the question. Just answer the question, bro. Is it an acceptable cost? Yes or no?
Is what an acceptable cost?
All right, I'm done. That is the last conversation. I'm hitting the block button. I'm out. Holy shit, where's my heart meter?